Look at the magic brewing in Hogwarts Legacy.
25 segundos. Dá pra dar um zoomzinho aqui, dá pra dar um zoom maroto, rapaz. Ai, que delícia! Aqui, ó, rapaz, vambora. Vou acabar tremendo aqui, porque o bagulho vai ser muito sinistro. Saudade de pé nessas horas, mano. Senta aí, filho. Senta aí, vambora. Bora, rico tiro. Epa. Fumacinha. Escabeça da morte. Avalanche. Póter Games Wizard World. A musiquinha.
Lumos.
A gata tá bonita, hein? Cara, que escuridão, mano.
What do you think you're doing here, humans?
Não sabia dessa Póter Games, hein?
Welcome to Hogwarts Legacy.
Caraca, mano!
You're a new student at the famed School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, with a unique ability to manipulate powerful ancient magic hidden in the wizarding world. You'll need to uncover what's behind the return of this forgotten magic and who is seeking to harness it to destroy wizard kind, as you may be the one that decides the fate of the entire wizarding world.
Caraca,
But
velho.
before you can study magic and begin to solve these mysteries, you must create the witch or wizard you want to be. When you arrive at Hogwarts, you will be sorted into one of the 4 Hogwarts houses.
Será que é aleatório?
Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, or Slytherin.
Será que é aleatório?
Into your dormitory, you will meet up with your housemates.
RP do Harry
You will
Potter,
then need to
mano.
attend classes, and you do have some catching up to do, as you were starting Hogwarts late as a 5th year.
So you are the new student.
You'll begin your studies attending Charms, Defense Against the Dark Arts,
Tá de bunny, mano. Vou ter
and
bunny do Harry
Potions
Potter.
classes, to name a few.
Ah, hello. Class, please welcome the newest rose in our garden.
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work, but I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge.
The best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
No, a mesa, cara. Tá com a cobra aí, velho.
You may begin.
Caraca! Mano, é igual os jogos antigos. Caraca, mano.
Not bad for a beginner.
Potions is one of the most challenging and hazardous subjects taught at this school.
Here, you'll meet your professors and learn to cast spells, grow magical plants, brew potions, and more. In between classes, you'll be able to explore the castle famous for its secrets, enchantments, and mysteries.
Mano, é um
You'll
Neverwinter,
discover
é um
dungeons
DC
and
Universe
secret
Online.
passageways,
Mano,
as
irado.
well as challenging puzzles that will require magical skill and a clever mind to solve.
E também parecido com os Harry Potter do PlayStation 3, velho.
You've never been able to explore before.
E do PS2 também.
It's the late 1800s, so
Cara,
while the common
1800s.
rooms and classes may be familiar, most of your professors will not be. However, you may recognize a few faces.
All in good fun. Once the pattern has been joined, the headless hunt will be right there with them.
Cumprimento tirando a cabeça do lado.
Don't forget why I'm here, sir.
You'll come to know this eclectic group of talented witches and wizards in class and while completing side assignments. that are part of a special curriculum, ones designed to help you catch up with the other 5th years at your own speed.
Cara, tem minigame, velho. Nossa, eu quero voar de vassoura. Olha.
Opportunities for adventure abound in the area surrounding Hogwarts. The magical abilities you learn to master through your schoolwork will soon become tested as you unravel a dangerous mystery by working alongside the accomplished and yet enigmatic Professor Fig to try and discover if the rumors of a mounting goblin rebellion hold any weight, and if the safety of Hogwarts lies in the balance.
I have opinions differ as to how great a threat he really is. Awareness is capable of so much more than people realize.
The wizarding world of this era is fraught with dangers. Creatures corrupted by a magical force, powerful goblins, and sinister witches and wizards, all willing to fight, even kill, to achieve their own goals. In fact, there's an uneasy alliance between the goblins and dark wizards.
You said you could get to the charm when they came to Hogsmeade, but all you needed was a distraction. I gave you a distraction.
I just watched a student take down your distraction. Who is this child? Do you not telling me?
But perhaps you shouldn't involve yourself with that just yet.
Vai estar muito irado, velho.
Enemies possess unique defensive and offensive abilities, including blasting curses, stun spells, enchanted weaponry,
Aquele jogo do dragão, Dragon's Dogma. Pouca exploração da área ali na água.
Enchant and incapacitate you.
Petrificou o cara!
Shield charm allows you to deflect ranged spells and direct weapon
Ô
strikes.
louco, o cara faz isso, velho! Nossa, irado.
Counter-attack with powerful stunning charms, allowing you to follow up with
Cara, eu só
extended
quero a
spell
data, mano.
combinations.
Só quero a data. Um mês e um dia, velho.
Students who become particularly adept at spellcasting will find many ways to exploit their enemy's weakness.
Mano do céu, velho.
Flam with December. Roast with Incendio. Devastate your enemies using various finishes. You can even use the mysterious, powerful magic your professors do not understand to obliterate your strongest foes.
Cara, que ultimate foi aquela, velho.
Mixing and matching dozens of spells will let you define your combat style. On your path to become the ultimate duelist.
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time.
In addition to classes and spells, you'll have
Cara, os
access to a
caras
deep set of
estão o jogo
upgrades,
inteiro,
talents,
velho.
and skills to aid your progression as a wizard. Complete challenges throughout the world to earn experience. Level up your abilities by choosing talents to upgrade your spells, plants, and potions to increase their power. Decide which talents best fit your playstyle
Cara,
to allow you to
petrificou os
focus on your
caras,
favorite
velho.
types of magic. You can also loot, buy, or craft your own magical gear
É um RPG.
that will increase your
baita
offensive and
RPG.
defensive capabilities in combat.
Com coletável. Mano, olha
Gear can be
isso.
upgraded and specialized
O
to
Léo
allow
pode
for
ter uma
greater
carteira que guarda
abilities for your
tudo isso aí, tá
chosen
ligado?
playstyle.
Use a strong, even motion when cutting your ingredients.
Caraca, um banho de magia.
Spells are not the only tools at your
Ah, Bully
disposal
2
in
nunca...
combat. As
Pior
you hone
momento
your
pra
own
existir
skills,
agora.
you can continue to further your magical education at Hogwarts, progressing your development as a witch or wizard. Brew potions that can increase your power when you need a boost.
Ah, o cara tá cascudo, velho.
Grow and deploy magical plants to mob the battlefield and keep your enemies at bay.
Olha essa armadilha que pode largar, cara.
You can even unleash deadly mandrake seedlings to incapacitate unsuspecting enemies.
Mandrágora, velho.
In Beast class, you will learn about a variety of magical beasts you might encounter, both at school and as you explore the world surrounding the castle and its grounds.
The goal of today is to learn all of you how to maneuver
Antes de tudo. Cara, dá pra andar de vassoura, velho. Olha, mano.
You may travel around the world more quickly.
Mano, o tamanho desse mundo, velho.
Apology homework.
You're despicable.
Some abilities may be taught to you by students who become your friends. As you develop relationships with these schoolmates, they can accompany you on your journey as your companions.
Ah, caraca, os companheiros.
And over time, learn their stories.
This is our chance.
Natsai Onai is a brave adventurer driven by the justice she seeks. Poppy Sweeting has a kind heart and loves magical beasts, connecting with them more easily than with humans.
What happens now?
Unafraid of attention or breaking the rules
Sneaking in the restricted section again.
is Sebastian Sallow, a charismatic Slytherin
We've been over this, boy. Doublethink cannot reverse a curse.
with a troubling family secret.
Nothing can. The sooner you accept that reality, the better.
You'll meet these students and more as you explore common rooms, hallways between classes, and regular gathering areas.
Welcome to the Room of Requirement.
Sala de requerimentos.
One of the most remarkable secrets of Hogwarts is known as the Room of Requirement. You're introduced to this space that seems to sense what you need and then provides it for you. Since you need to catch up to your peers, the room provides space for you to sow and harvest plants, brew potions, and upgrade your gear.
Vai ser minha religião esse jogo, velho. Meu
A helpful
Deus.
house elf named Deke helps you discover vivariums that allow you to nurture your own menagerie of magical beasts.
What is it? Pete isn't sure. Only one way to find out.
You can freely customize this space to reflect your personality and magical
Caramba, aquilo é
specialties.
dentro daquele negócio? Ah, tu monta teu bar, tua casa? Teu terreno? Meu Deus, um hipogrifo, essa bodega, não é?
Not everything you need on your journey
que
is
custa
available at
hipogrifo?
Hogwarts. You'll want to visit the nearby wizarding village of Hogsmeade, where loads of shops and vendors can provide you with the supplies you require. From potion ingredients and recipes,
Tá uma pegada meio
seeds for
Sherlock
magical
Holmes.
plants, to all sorts of gear.
Caraca, mano, olha essa customização, é uma Red
But
Dead,
Hogsmeade also has its
Póter,
dangerous
Bully.
side. A band of dark witches and wizards emboldened by the turmoil of the times wander the
gurizada,
village
não.
outskirts.
Esse é meu foco agora, esse jogo.
You must avoid them or defeat
Temos que saber quando vai sair.
As you explore, you'll find the world surrounding Hogwarts is alive with activity, wonders, and areas of unusual interest. As the school year progresses, dynamic seasons and climates will fill the sky with lightning or sunshine, or coat the ground with snow or rain.
Cara, vai ter
Unique visiting
estações,
hamlets
cara. É o
pepper the
Póter,
countryside, each with vendors and
Póter.
residents who have stories to tell,
Caraca.
and missions with which they could use your assistance. Be on the lookout for enchanting magical puzzles that may very well have been designed by Merlin himself when he was a student at Hogwarts. Magical beasts roam the lands outside the
Nossa,
castle
sapão do mal.
walls. Some have been corrupted by mysterious dark magic, while others are at risk of poachers and their traps. If you're feeling benevolent, you can rescue them and restore them to health.
Olha
in
que esse
the Room of
cavalo
Requirement.
esquisito, que invisível.
But there are dangers beyond your understanding in the world as well. Dungeons and vaults hold perilous threats and also untold rewards. Be careful where you choose to explore, as it may lead you down a darker path. Master spells. Befriend new allies. Journey across a landscape
Mano,
never
olha
seen
isso,
before.
cara.
Uncover ancient secrets. Combat mystical threats. Learn long-forgotten mysteries. Become the witch or wizard you want to be. As you lead unique unique mark on the wizarding world. Here,
In Hogwarts Legacy. Caraca, mano, sinistro! Mano, eu preciso. Ah, final do ano. Que droga, mano. PlayStation 4 e PlayStation 5, rapaz. Caraca!
Hogwarts Legacy.
Deus, o live.
Now let's hear from the real wizards and witches behind the game.
Não for de PS4.
The attention to detail and the passion and the love for this brand that the team has is astonishing.
Our team is so excited to take all of the love that they put into this as fans and give it to fans.
This is the game that they've dreamed of for 20 years.
Caramba, mano. Por trás das cenas.
The lore of the Wizarding World is already so rich, and all we had to do was harness those elements and build a game out of it.
The movies, the books, they all touched me in such a way that it makes me want to go to experience Hogwarts. It makes me put in so much more detail into this game. We really want to make sure that anything we add or anything we play with or anything that we explore really feels authentic.
Bringing to life just the charm and the love, everything we have for the books, and then marrying that with the iconic experiences from the movies that fans will recognize.
Caramba, cara,
It's
olha
really
isso.
just a perfect handshake between the two. Just the discovery of like seeing things portrayed for the first time. Maybe they've read something and had a picture in their head the whole time, but then finally to get to touch it, to walk around it.
You've got all of these elements that can come together to create this amazing AAA open world action RPG.
When it comes to the open world, we just knew it wasn't going to be enough to just stare out the windows of Hogwarts and wonder what it's like out there. But the final question that fans ask is, what's beyond that? What's beyond the Forbidden Forest? What's going to be beyond Hogsmeade? What's beyond the Black Lake if I start traveling south? And we just felt like we had to answer those questions.
Tamanho do mapa, velho.
We were creating a real wide palette of opportunities and ways to explore the world. You're going to see different stories that are really exclusive to who we were in the world. Hogwarts Legacy is an original story that takes place in the late 1800s.
You are a new
E se pá por ser
student starting
eu
at
não sei se
the
vai ser um
famed School of
MMO,
Witchcraft and
né?
Wizardry as a fifth year, which is very unusual. So already there's a bit of an edge and a bit of a mystery.
The original story that we tell in the game
Daqui vai
is
ser um
your
jogo
story
evolutivo e
of
tal,
what
acho que vai
you
ser tipo
did,
Forza mesmo.
in the Wizarding world that you haven't seen before. Or make our own magic with our story we're trying to tell.
Fans are familiar with the Wizarding world from, the 1900s and on, really. But now, with this world, we're able to sort of create a space that's their
É
own.
100 anos antes, mano, de Harry Potter.
Fans of the series will know that
Até mais,
ancient
porque
magic has been around for a
Harry Potter se passa nos
long
anos
time, to say
80,
the least, and
60.
that Hogwarts itself is a stronghold of ancient magic. And the Avatar, the player, has the ability to sense it and possibly wield it or control it.
Our process of development started with rereading the books. And over development, we reread the books many times. Every time we start with a new feature, we dig into that, and then beyond, we would go into the films.
Being able
Olha
to
isso,
put our
mano.
own spin on what this universe is was a pretty big deal. I helped design a piece that nobody has ever seen before, the Hufflepuff common room. As a Hufflepuff, you always wonder, like, what is my common room supposed to look like?
It's close enough to the world that we know that fans will recognize certain names, they'll recognize spells, they'll recognize certain locations.
I recognize that doorway. I recognize that classroom.
But mostly, it's going to be an entirely new wizarding world that no one's ever experienced.
When people engage in the Wizarding world, what's the one anchor? Like, what's the thing that everyone comes back to? What's the thing that grounds it all and grounds all these characters and grounds all these figures? And for us, we really felt like that answer was Hogwarts itself. That school, that famous school of witchcraft and wizardry, is really what binds it all.
How to bring Hogwarts to life. That was a very big challenge.
Cara, eu
because,
quero
as
pegar e
everybody
voar
knows,
pela
Hogwarts
torre, que
is
nem faz nos
huge.
filmes.
Now we need to
Voar,
know exactly how
dar uma
this
voltinha
passes
nessas
this
torres
passes the
altas,
game,
velho.
because you're gonna have to walk.
Vai ser
And
muito
of course,
bom,
yeah,
mano.
it's in Hogwarts. It's got new
Jogar
presents and
quadribol,
things that
mano.
likes to
Será que vai
keep
ter
its students
quadribol?
on
Cara, eu quero jogar
We've got
quadribol,
some
mano.
little
Meu
secrets
Deus do
and
céu.
passageways
Esse do Play 2
and
foi melhor,
castle.
velho. Porque o 2 ele é
We
enorme.
Play 2
recreate
era da hora,
those
andava
very
pela-
important
pelos-
locations.
por
And
dentro
then
da
there's these
escola,
other
pelas
places
salas.
that are only mentioned in the books or just alluded to, and we have to make the connective tissue that brings all of it together.
Having a world
Isso, cara.
breathing,
Putz,
living
mano.
is very hard to do because it's all about the details. And as
É
a
o mundo
concept
do
team,
Elden
we
Ring, só que com um
really
adolescente e uma varinha.
got into those details.
Olha isso,
and
cara.
studied history, studied
É muito
architecture.
vivo, velho, o mundo. Até as pedras têm vida. Tudo tem vida. Olha isso aí, mano.
Fans play the game, they get as lost in it as I do.
Olha
I
isso,
can just be
cara.
doing a side mission.
Aqueles
and all of
ossos
a
ali na
sudden I
praia me
find
lembrou aquele
myself
jogo
wandering Hogwarts
Knights
for
of
like
the
45 minutes
Temple
'cause it's so
Fire,
beautiful.
né? Tinha até
The community
as
is
bocas
absolutely
do
going
bicho
to
na
love
água.
Hogwarts Legacy.
O monstro lá do
It's gonna be
mestre.
so fun.
Get that letter to Hogwarts and go to Hogwarts.
We're so excited for people to come to this, to inhabit, to actually enter the Hogwarts that we built. This is your Hogwarts legacy.
Ah, meu, eu quero só uma demo, mano. 15 minutos. Animal.
Se ele sair antes do bagulho, vai ser gore.
8 filmes ali, ó,
We truly
streamando
hope you
na
enjoyed the
HBO, eles
Hogwarts
botou.
Legacy Safe Play. Our team is so grateful for the excitement and for the passion that all of you bring to this. It's truly what fuels us. On behalf of our team at WB Games Avalanche, we want to thank you for being here today, and we'll see you at Hogwarts.
That's our show. We hope you're excited for the magic.
Ah, isso aí, gente. A gente se vê na próxima. Que a próxima seja muito boa. Deixa eu ver aqui. É isso aí. Pá. Chablau.